A very good morning to all. We are starting about the chapter 16 of chemistry, that is green chemistry and nanotechnology. In this we are completed the green chemistry, and in nanotechnology we are studied about the introduction of nanotechnology, the various characteristics of nanotechnology and the synthesis methods for the nanomaterials. Now in this video we are studied about the analysis of nanotechnology, that is analysis of nanomaterials and the history of nanotechnology. In analysis of nanomaterials, it can be analyzed by using the various techniques like UV visible spectroscopy, X-ray diffraction, scanning electron microscopy, then transmission electron microscopy, FTIR, and then the history of nanotechnology. So now let us study. In analysis or characterization of nanomaterial, the synthesized material is analyzed by the various analytical tools or the techniques. The characterization is refers to the study of material features such as its structure, composition, and the various properties like their chemical, physical, and electrical nature, etc. The following figure table shows the name of the various techniques and their use in detail, which are: the first is the UV visible spectroscopy. Now for UV means ultraviolet visible spectroscopy, the instrument used is ultraviolet visible spectrophotometer. It is used for the preliminary confirmation of the formation of nanoparticles, that is, nanoparticles is formed or not. This is gained by the UV visible spectroscopy. The second technique is the X-ray diffraction. The short form is XRD. For this we use the X-ray diffractometer, and from this we get the information about the size of particle, then crystal structure and their geometry. The third technique is scanning electron microscopy. For this we use the scanning electron microscope. From this we get the information of the structure of surface of material, that is their morphology. Next is the transmission electron microscopy, that is TEM. The instrument used for this is transmission electron microscope, and from this we get the information about their particle size. Next is the FTIR, that is Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. For this we use the Fourier transform infrared spectrophotometer, and we get the information about the absorption of functional groups and binding nature. Now let us study in detail. The first one is the UV visible spectroscopy. In this, a sample is placed between the light source and the photodetector, and the intensity of a beam of ultraviolet light, it is measured before and after passing through the sample. Means as the light is passed, we get the information about their formation. For example, gold and silver nanoparticles have the optical properties, that is, they are sensitive to their size, shape, concentration, agglomeration, and the refractive index near the nanoparticle surface, which makes the ultraviolet visible spectroscopy a valuable tool for identifying, characterizing, and studying the nanomaterials. The second technique is X-ray diffraction. The short form is XRD. The X-ray diffraction, it is used to obtain the structural information about the crystalline solids. X-ray diffraction, it is used in the biochemistry to solve the 3D structure of the complex biomolecules. X-ray diffraction technique, it is a bridge between the physics, chemistry and biology. In short, it can be used the various techniques of physics, chemistry and biology. X-ray diffraction, it is important for the solid state physics, for biophysics, medical physics and in chemistry and biochemistry. The next technique is scanning electron microscopy. In scanning electron microscopy, it can be used as the electrons, which is reflects from the surface of the specimen to create the image. It can be produce the 3D dimensional image of the specimen surface features. This is the figure of scanning electron microscope in which it can be used the information for the scanning of the various structure by scanning the electrons. Now in modern technology, the scanning electron microscope can be used the information in the computerized manner very well. Now next technique is the transmission electron microscopy. For this we use the transmission electron microscope. In this the electron scatters when they pass through the thin section of the specimen, and the transmitted electrons are used to produce the image. The denser region in the specimen scatter more electrons and appears to be the darker. This is the figure of the transmission electron microscope in which we get the information. Next is the Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. The binding of the lipids to magnetic nanoparticles was confirmed by the FTIR spectroscopy. The FTIR spectrometer, it is simultaneously collects the high spectral resolution data over a wide spectral range. This is the FTIR spectroscope. Now next topic is the history of nanotechnology. The nanomaterials have been introduced and it is used by the humans for the hundreds of years. However, understanding of the certain materials as nanostructure material is relatively recent. Due to the development of the advanced tools, that is sophisticated instrument, it has been possible to reveal the information at the nanoscale. In this figure, it can be shows the various scientists who have contributed to the nanotechnology. Like in 1953, Watson and Cribb various gives the information for the nanomaterials. Then in 1959, Richard Feynman. In 1966, von Neumann machines. Then Eric Rexler in 1986. Then Forensic Institute in 1989. In 1999, National Nanotechnology Initiative, and then Center for the Responsible Nanotechnology. Now, in nanotechnology, it can be used the information of the various instruments like beautiful ruby red color of some ancient glass paintings is due to the gold and silver nanoparticles that are trapped in the glass matrix. It can be shown by using this figure. Now this is the beautiful ruby red color and it is due to the presence of gold and silver nanoparticles. The decorative glaze or metallic film known as luster, which is found on some medieval pottery, is due to certain spherical metallic nanoparticles. The carbon black is a nanostructured material that is used in the tires of car to increase the life of tire. Then carbon nanotubes are made up of graphite sheets with the nano size diameter and they have the very highest strength. The fumed silica, components of the silicon, rubber, coatings, sealants and additive, it is also a nanostructured material. I hope all of you understand the analysis of nanoparticles, and the history of the nanomaterials. Thank you.